Runk.
Hey, it's Congratulations, the podcast. The podcast version of Congratulations, the word. Hey, what's up? I'm sorry about the knees, dude. You know what? I should change the name of this podcast called Sorry About the Knees, because I've been wearing shorts and my knees have been up on the seat and my knees bony, dude. But I don't know. I think about maybe trying to work my legs hard, and I do work my legs hard. Now, has it been 13 days since I worked out? Yes. However, that's because I've only been on the road and it's been very hard, and also was sick a little bit. Now, does that, could I have still worked out? Yes. Am I always constantly traveling? Yes. Do I have 25 days off of the road? Yes, dude, except for Ontario. I'll be in Ontario, California. And I'll be in but that doesn't mean, by the way, that doesn't mean don't go get your tickets now to Fort Lauderdale, which is happening in 25 days. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm back, dude. I can't wait to be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I love performing there. I'm going to be there. Go to chrisdelia.com. I got actually a lot of club dates coming up because I did not book a tour for the summer. And then I decided I wanted to work in the summer, and I decided I wanted to work in the summer too late. So I checked comedy clubs to do open dates because it's easier to fill those than it is to get theaters. Theaters, you need like a way in advance. So St. Louis, I'll be there at the Helium Comedy, Indianapolis at Helium Comedy. I'm doing these Helium Comedy clubs because this dude hooked me up. The guy helped me, the owner or the manager. I don't know if he's the owner or the manager, but he helped me. And I was in Portland. Something happened where my opener couldn't come, and he hooked me up because he found somebody. So shout out to you. And then Irvine, which is one of my favorite places. But so chrisdelia.com and chrisdelia.com, Multiverse Tour. I am sorry about the knees. Sorry about the knees. Saboni. I have, I was in Canada. I had merch there. I have merch when I go on tour, and I sell it, and it's only merch you can get on tour. And Canada is like, once you go to Canada is another country. It's one of those other countries that's not really another country, and then you go to it and you forget it's another country, and then there are parts that will make you realize, oh yeah, it is another country. It's the kind of thing like when you realize Kevin Spacey's gay. Like, you didn't know, and then when you found out, you're like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I guess that, yeah. Yes, he does smash men. And you go, and then you forget. Probably if you hang out with him, you probably forget. And you go, oh, yeah. We were just having dinner, but then, oh, that's right. He started talking about the curtains or whatever. And you go, yeah, that's right. That's what it's like being in Canada. It's you realize it's another country version of Kevin Spacey is gay. And if that makes any sense. And you forget that you're in Canada. And then things happen where it's like, okay, gonna sell my merch. And they go, oh, what platform do you use? And you go, Square. And they say, oh, we use some bullshit like parlez-vous blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, what? And then you're just gonna get wrecked on the taxes. So you go, never mind, I want cash. So just have them cash. So we only used cash, which means I made way less money on the merch because people don't have cash because it's 2025, which is fine. Okay. However, I brought it home, and before I put it into the bank, Calvin was like running around with it because it's different colors, Canadian money. Yeah, I mean, it was like it amounted to like $400 American. You know, it looks great because it's all Canadian. And there's so much of it. It was probably less, but you know, it's like when you go to Mexico and they're like 70 gajillion pesos, and you go, "I'm rich," and they say, "No, that's $8," and you're like, "Oh." By the way, once money gets to be that not expensive, start trading things. You know, right? Like in Japan, 20 billion yen is you're like, yeah. Let me get a small fries and a burger, and they're like, yes, sir, 20 million yen, and you're like, oh, just start trading stuff. Money isn't worth it anymore. You know. I don't know if Japan's probably got good money. I have no idea. I'm not cultured, but like, you know, probably in Russia, or no, maybe not Russia, but like somewhere, Turkey. I don't know where. You know what? I have an actual thought, and I think that this is true. I think guys from Turkey, men from Turkey, are probably, if you quantified it, the sexiest men alive. Now that's it. That's all I'm saying about it. I am not elaborating on it. I am just saying that, and that's it. Okay? I don't even really, honestly, I've never been to Turkey, and they probably have some ugly dudes there too, but let's get back to the money thing. Yeah, so it's colorful money. So Calvin's running around with colorful money, and he keeps saying, "I'm having a money party," and I'm like, "This is not okay for a kid to be doing, right?" You know, am I making a hoe? Like, thank God it's not a. If it was I tell you what, if I had a baby girl, they wouldn't be doing that. You know, call it sexist, call it whatever, but I'm not making no hoe. You know what I mean? I'm not making no hoe. I don't know if. But start trading things, dude. Oh shit, really? Something is 12 billion pesos? All right, you know what? Never mind. Here's an iguana. Like, or here's some boots that have done me well over the time. What size are you? Oh, you're a size 13 too? Here are some boots. There you go. I'll trade that for this really cool chair I'm going to put in my living room. Because, dude, let's see. What dollar or what money, what currency is the least valuable? Here we go. The Iranian rial. So $1 equals 371,922 reals. Hey, Iran, start trading things. Dude, it's poor. Hey, yeah, dude, how much for a lighter? Oh, 20 bajillion reals? Oh, cool. Well, never mind. Here's a box of Band-Aids instead. Do you need them? Hey, so let's see the top 10 worst. Let's see the top 10 worst, strongest and weakest top 10 weakest currencies in the world. Okay. So here we go. This is from some woman that has a blog, so it's obviously true. Lebanese pound. Okay, so they're saying that's less than the Iranian rial. Vietnamese dong. Change it. And then the Vietnamese dong? Hey, man, how much is $1? Wait, we got to see. What is Vietnamese dong to dollar? So, dude, okay, wow. One dong in Vietnam is 0.00039 cents. It's cheap. So wait, so then how many dongs? Let me up with the Pornhub. How many dongs? Whoops, that's Pornhub. Is equals $1. How many dongs equal $1? So okay, well no, I want to do the opposite of this. Come on, dude. One Vietnamese dong. Wow, it's hard not to, I don't want to be like childish, but like don't call it a fucking dong? What are some of these what that are called? Why is it going to the... Come on, dude. Where's America? Dude, I can't even find America. I'm pissed. I'm going all the way to the U's. There's no... Why do they do that, dude? Oh, here we go. United States dollar. Okay. To dong. Vietnamese dong. Bear with me, guys. A, B, C, D, F, G. Do you ever have to do this? A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Vietnamese dong. There we go. Okay, so $1 is 25,000 Vietnamese dongs. Or one black dong. It's not even funny. So that's a lot of dongs. Oh, we could probably call this episode "That's a Lot of Dongs" because it's Vietnamese money, and they'll probably flag it. Anyway, and I said flag it. Dude, so, yeah, start trading. But that's not even close to what the Iranian rial is, at least what they said. Okay, anyway, Laotian kip. Laos. Sierra Leone is Indonesia. Uzbekistan, I don't bet that one's on the list. Guinea, Paraguay, and Madagascar. Yeah. Okay. Lebanese. Oh, here we go. USD. So a Lebanese pound, $1 is 90,000 Lebanese pounds. Trade. Start trading. Iranian rial. Why did the rial say? Wow, dude. That sucks, huh? All right. Well, whatever. That's how we learned. That's what we learned today. You learn something every day. I asked Calvin what he learned today in school, and he said, I don't even know what he said, honestly. He said something about the word S-E-E, and it was just so confusing. And I just go, oh, good. I feel bad as a parent kind of just doing that sometimes, but I don't, my son's not at the age yet to where if I say, can you explain that better? He can. Do you know what I'm saying? And when he is that age, then I will do that like autistically, just straight up like, you need to explain a little bit better. I'm lost here. But he is not at the... So I end up going like this a lot to him. Oh, that's awesome. And it's not awesome, dude. I don't know what it... I mean, awesome in the way as, dropping bombs is awesome. I don't want it to be happening. But it's just full of awe. And I was in close. I was in Canada. I was in Regina. And I was in Saskatoon. And I was in Winnipeg. And now, let me tell you something that they all have in common. Gray. The cities, gray. Now, I know it's beautiful, because if you look out far enough, it's beautiful. Saskatoon, Winnipeg, Regina, gray. And fentanyl, okay? Fentanyl, and look, I don't want to be shitty. Like, obviously, LA has a crazy fentanyl problem. But you walk around and you go, even if I don't see people doing fentanyl, this has a fentanyl vibe. And I had a blast. I went to the Winnipeg Jets playoff game, even though I didn't want to. Dude, you know what I don't like, man? I don't like the guys who are in your crew that go, come on, bro. No. I said it. I'm me. I said it and forget it. Because they want it. Look, it's like, because I did the show in Winnipeg, and my tour manager is like, so I got us hooked up to go to the Winnipeg Jets game. And I immediately think, who the fuck are the Winnipeg Jets? Because I don't know sports. I definitely don't know NHL. I definitely don't know Canadian NHL, okay? So they're in the playoffs. Now, I don't care, but good for the Canadians. I think it's awesome that they love it. It's great. Hockey's hard as fuck. And so I go, oh, no. The two guys who were on the road with me, Sam and Aaron Branch, who was filling in for, it was really funny, look him up. He's filling in for Denny Love, who I usually take. Aaron was like, "Oh, dude, we gotta go." And Sam's like, "We gotta go." And then my tour manager Enrique's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go." And I was like, "Dude, I don't want to go." And they do come on, bro. I'm not the boss anymore. I had to go. I went. So I wouldn't disappoint them, dude. I'm not the boss anymore. I can't lay it down. And I went and the whole time I'm like, I'm gonna trick myself to it being fun. I'm gonna make myself be and I just go, if I was an alien that came down to this is how I would feel. Can explain to me it's like that what's his name? God, he was so funny in Saturday Night Live. He was for the longest time, he was the one black dude on Saturday Night Live. What's his name? Tim Meadows. And he did the thing where he had an interview show, and every time he would interview someone, he would ask them one question, and then they'd answer it, and then he'd say, "Why?" And he would just follow everything up with, "Why?" And they would keep talking, and then he would say, "Why?" And that would be his interview show. That would be me as an alien on how come hockey is exciting. Well, because there's a lot of, people in this competition. Why? Because competition puts why? That's me, dude. I mean most sports, by the way, okay? I can understand a one-on-one type thing. Beyond that, it's why? Because, dude, the lights and the screaming and the all dress. By the way, the Winnipeg Jets, they're the whiteout, and they all dress. Everybody was in white except me. I had a vintage Winnipeg Jets shirt on because I bought it earlier at a place, and I was like, I'm going to wear it on stage, and it was blue. So I was the only guy in blue, and everyone else was in white. And I don't understand. But I went there, and I tried to be a real person. And every time I try to do something like that, it's like in my head, I'm Dexter. It's just tonight's the night. I get totally overwhelmed. A drunk guy is going to be talking to me, and his breath is going to be just on this side of bad. Yeah. I keep trying to move away, but I can't because he keeps moving in. Yeah. He asked me to sign his shirt. Yeah. My friend asked me if I wanted a hot dog, but why the fuck would I ever eat a hot dog just because I'm in a different place? Why would I eat a hot dog anywhere? And just because a bunch of guys are skating on ice, now I'm going to eat a sausage sandwiched between a bun? Yeah! Tonight's the night. I'm getting agitated. Just regular reformed Dexter. Dude, that's how I am at sporting events. Tonight's the night. A 4 is going to come up to me and ask me to take a picture with her. 4's a plenty. Yeah. Anyway, no disrespect to 4s. Shout out to 4s. Yeah. So I was there and they won, and you're welcome, dude. Because I think a lot of it had to do with because I was there and then I left and then they lost the next game, so they're out of it. So white out, but also not so white out. But they, and then there was a band, the halftime show there or whatever they call it. They were singing like Journey or something. I don't know who they were, but the dude was killing it. I mean, just murdering. I mean, so good. He's such a good singer. And then I go, that's hilarious, man. Music is crazy. I feel that way about music, too. Yeah, tonight's the night. Yeah, we're going to watch Paramore play. Yeah, we're going to watch Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah, we're going to watch Behemoth. Yeah, we're going to watch Jane's Addiction tonight. Yeah, we're going to watch Good Charlotte tonight. Yeah. We're going to watch Sum 41. Yeah, someone's going to bump into me and they're going to spill Michelob Light all over me. Yeah, na, 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 na. And I'm going to be so overwhelmed. Yeah, nah. Hot dog? Yeah, no thank you. Yeah. Tonight we're going to watch Creedence Clearwater Revival. Yeah, na, 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 na. Ouch, you hit me with your elbow. Yeah, this Dexter sucks. Nah, that's the Dexter I want to see, dude. Tonight's the night. Yeah, nah. Bring me the horizon. Yeah. Tonight's the night we're watching My Chemical Romance. Coheed and Cambria. I've been watching so many goddamn bands, I don't even know what to do with myself. Yeah! Arctic Monkeys. You know, fuck you with the band names, dude. Death Cab for... Tonight's the Death Cab for Cutie. Yeah, nah. I'm in line for the urinal at Dirty Honey. Yeah, nah. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck, dude. So we decided to go to Shouting Flames. Yeah! I'm in line at the merch table for Blazing Grapes. Yeah! Anyway, dude. Just everybody's dead because I fucking murdered them all because I'm Dexter. Anyway. Spirit Box. Yeah! So, all right, dude. It is what it is, but it's just I can't, dude. I can't, man. You know, whatever. You know, I'm not. Music is beautiful. It really is, and I understand that it's beautiful. But having to go to see it with a bunch of people, suck my ass. Right? Get the CD. I'm a loon, bro. But whatever. Anyway, I went to Regina. Bro, and I thought about this joke, and it's such a stupid joke, but I thought about this joke because the place is called Regina, and obviously it sounds like vagina. And you know what? I'll put it up on my TikTok or something because I got a clip of it for sure, stand up. But I was like, dude, don't be called Regina, dude. And then I said, that's like naming your town Tennis. And bro, the house fell down, and that's a stupid joke, but it fell down. Here we are at the Sheepdogs. Yeah! Anyway. I was in Regina, and what I want to say? I'm at the dude, I did something. I always wanted to do this, and I didn't. And I finally did it, but I was at the mall in who gives a fuck? I was at the mall in Anywheresville. Doesn't matter. Whatever I was at second. Regina. No. Saskatoon. Doesn't matter. And I was at the mall, and the security, dude, it's always the security guards, bro. Like, if I had to choose a profession of people that were going to come to my show, it would be security guards. You know why? Because security guards be watching shit. You know what I'm talking about? The number, they ain't securing shit except for what videos on their iPhone. Dude, security guard, you want to fucking rob a place? Hire a security guard. They don't give a fuck, bro. They secure great videos to watch is what they do, okay? So, and they be watching. And one thing is, for sure, they know who I am. And another thing is, I would pick security guard because not only would the fucking place be full, but it'd also be very safe. And so, I'm watching the security. I'm walking at this Starbucks because, you know, I'm going to get something, even though I don't want to drink it because Starbucks sucks. It tastes like the back of a cow's mouth. And tonight's the night. We're going to see Low Cut Connie. Yeah! And so this guy's looking at me. He's a security guard. He keeps looking at me, and he's going, and people just robbing shit behind him, and I'm still walking, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna say it, and I've never done this, but I didn't know how it was gonna come across, but I said it, and I said, I stopped and I looked at him, and he was still going. And I gave him a beat, and then I said, say something. And I realized that it sounded like I wanted to fight him. So immediately I go, fuck, I'm going to have to fight this security guy because of me, because of what I did. And I didn't even mean to. I just meant, I'm right here. Start talking. You look like your mouth is open. Right? So he says, so I say something. And then I go, oh, that sounds bad. And then I say, you're making it so weird, dude. I'm right here. And then he says, dude, you're the comedian? And I go, man, 9 guys just fucking robbed a wireless fucking AT&T wireless store behind you. Tonight's the night. I'm going to see Sheer Mag. Yeah! I've got on a polo shirt. Whatever, I don't know. It's not worth it. Stupid. That bit's not worth it, dude. Maybe it is. Sometimes you find it something, but anyway, dude, if you see somebody that's a celebrity or kind of a celebrity, say something. Saying something is way better than not saying something if you're just going to stare at them with your mouth open like a fucking crocodile. Been watching Mad Men, and as you know, I've talked about this a little bit. And here's what's up with Mad Men, which I didn't even realize this. Like, dude, so I have a thing. The world tricked me, because if I have a thing where I don't really want to watch movies or TV shows about anything that was like 80 years ago. Okay? Now, that's been with me for 30 years. And I keep thinking that. So back 30 years ago, Mad Men wasn't that far off, because it was about something that was 40 years ago, which isn't that bad, things were relatively. I don't want to watching a show. I guess what I'm saying is, when I'm watching a show or a movie, I want to be able to relate to it enough. And it's usually easier to relate to something when it's in a world that was close enough to what your world is like. Yes, figured it out. Figured out the sentence even though it was tough. Now, what I caught myself doing recently is watching Mad Men. And I didn't realize that now that I'm 45, Mad Men was 80 fucking years ago. Okay? Not when they made it, but when they, what it's about, like the time period, right? It's like 1950 or something, I don't know. And so I'm watching this thing, and I'm thinking, like, how different it is for, like, just culturally. It's just wild, dude. Like, there's one episode where one of the guys just, like, tackles one of the secretaries who was a woman, because women were only secretaries, and he, like, is like, we're going to find out what color your panties are. And she's like, no. And he's like, oh, I was right, blue. And everyone's like, oh, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, oh, rape. Hey, you lose your job that way, right? And back then it was like, I guess, acceptable behavior societally. And not to say that women loved it, but I'm like, oh shit, that is really such a change, right? Because if you go 80 years before that, I mean, people were just like, there would be like a fucking what do you call it, a trial. You'd be on trial for stabbing your friend for disagreeing with you, and then you would get off because the disagreement was severe enough. You'd be like, well, yeah. It's like the way time changes is crazy is what I'm saying. And I'm watching Mad Men, and what I'm doing is mostly thinking like, wow, that's crazy. I can't believe things used to be like that. And then mostly what I'm thinking is it's a good thing that things aren't like that anymore. And then also, though, I still have some of it in the back of my head where I'm like, I kind of wish that fucking women would still do that. Like, it's okay to be a housewife. Like, they trick you with the word feminism because they say, are you a feminist? And then you go, no, because you think of the feminists as being annoying. But really, what a feminist is someone who believes that men and women are equal. Now, yes, they don't mean at basketball. They mean, are they equally valuable? Yes, of course. So in that respect, we're feminists. You got to be. You can't be like fucking, men are more valuable or women are more valuable. We're all valuable, okay? Actually, men can't even make people, so women can. Well, you need a man to make a person. So we're both very valuable. So anyway, my point is, it has an ugly. Modern feminism is more the thing, right? Where it's like, I am a woman. I can get I can be a CEO, and you can. And if I don't want to have children, fine, that's okay. And I go, oh, that's interesting, because back 80 years ago, that was all women wanted to do, and God bless. Either way, God bless, right? I guess I'm saying all this is because I realized something, that I'm not necessarily sexist or chauvinistic. However, I do know one thing. If I was a woman, dude, fuck everything. I would be a wife, dude. Because what is up with women have tricked women into, hey, boss bitch, get a job. What? Lay down. The Bart collar went off. Dude, lay down. Are you kidding me? And I don't mean for men. I mean, take a load off. Dude, I don't even understand the get a job. And I'm not saying being a mom is easier than the work you're going to do. That's a hard job, okay? Wife isn't really a hard job. Mom is a hard job, dude, okay? But are you fucking... Dude, if I was a woman, I would be absolutely just cleaning my husband's dick for just... And every time... And doing it because I don't want to have to work at Wells Fargo. Dude, go ahead. Hey, CEO, oh my God, pull that cock out. I'm about to clean it. There's no way. There is no way. Modern feminism has tricked women into, you can do what you want, so do what you don't want. Lay down! Dude, it's insane. Are you, hey, relax. Bro, I can't wait till it goes back and women are like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? Let's just suck cock and lay down. Bro, I mean, look, it has to suck to give head. You know, I get it, but you don't even really have to do that. I would be a wife, bro. I would be a wife. I would dress up. You know what I mean? The inclination is to be like, I would put on nice makeup, but I wouldn't, bro. I wouldn't. I would not use makeup. So my skin was so nice and never got caked up and I never broke out. I'd be like these fucking, Eastern European or like super Quebec, style women that is like working a fucking rig on what they did that like women in Quebec will like just for no reason get their forklift license. And they're so dope, dude. They'll be at 10 and they'll just be like, I am here to operate the forklift, parlez-vous? And then, dude, you go, why? But they do it. But that's the kind of look I'd have. But I'd be laying down constantly, dude. Are you kidding me, man? Move the throw pillows. Hey, when you get back from work, I will keep it clean, dude. Fuck, man. Modern feminism has tricked you. Of course you can do what you want. It's dope to make the money. It's dope to be rich. It's dope to be the lady who fucking is on the Call Her Daddy podcast. That's all great. Oprah, yay. Cool, you made it. But dude, chillin'? I mean, it's like Oprah doesn't have kids, and that's okay. And it's, by the way, I think it's kind of a miss if a guy misses out on having children. I think it's a miss. You're missing. But a woman, dude. I mean, and when women are like, I don't think having children is for me.
Stop the cap,
dude. Are you? You can do it. Do what you want to do, boss bitch. However, just every once in a while.
Stop the cap.
Yeah. I mean, give me an apron, bro. Give me a fucking apron. And this is the thing about women. You can marry rich. You can. You really can. Do they not know that? Some of these women know that. Of course they know that. But it's usually the hoes, right? There's beautiful, nice, well-adjusted women that are great people that it's like, marry rich, dude. Just fucking... What are you doing getting your forklift license? It's admirable. It is, dude. But it's like, I don't know. And maybe I'm sure if I had a daughter, that might change things. If I had a daughter, look, I don't think, it's a comedy podcast and that's it. Good night, husband.
Have you said thank you once?
Wow, you sure worked a long time today. I was chilling.
Have you said thank you once?
I know, I'm kidding. It's a comedy podcast. So that's what it is. There's this guy
19 of sailing across the Pacific Ocean alone with my cat from Oregon to Hawaii. Today, I'm going to move the sails. It's going to be the first time changing course in 5 days or something. and see if I remember how to do it. But,
Wow, better.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I gotta start undoing the layers here.
So how's he uploading shit?
Let's see here. I gotta bring in the main.
This is bullshit. There's no Wi-Fi across the ocean. Starlink. So this guy's trying to get, what, 1 million followers or some shit? Huh? He got how many? 1.5 million in a week? Sailing with Phoenix? Wow. God, I could see so many shows. This guy's going to have so much fucking daytime talk shows to do when he gets back that he's going to fucking die from it. Rachel Ray's going to be like, we need him. I mean, dude, could you imagine a more daytime talk show fucking dude to be interviewed than a guy who sailed from Portland to Hawaii? God. I hope he dies just so we don't have to watch the daytime talk show shit. I don't want him to die, but I hope, you know what? I hope a fish jumps out of the water into his mouth and he can't remove it, so he can't talk. And then this way, we don't have to hear him yapping on The View. Because God damn it, dude. This fucking guy is going to be on so much daytime talk show TV that Richard Bay is going to be resurrected. I swear to God. It's going to be so annoying. Well, you know, dude, we're going to have to hear. If this guy isn't on Drew Barrymore in fucking, however, I don't even know how long this takes. He's probably going to be in here for months. What's he eating? Fish? Besides fish, what's he eating? Drew Barrymore. We're going to have to sit and watch Drew Barrymore talk to him. And here's the thing. I don't watch Drew Barrymore. I'm still going to fucking have to see it in my algorithm. That's the thing I'm talking about. Yeah, I get it. I can keep scrolling, but I just don't want to fucking see there's going to be so much daytime. This guy's going to have so much daytime talk to TV show. And you know what? That's it. Mark my words. Mark my fucking words.
Now I'm going to change course. So I'm just going to...
Well, I think I got a whole production team at the fucking... with his cat. You know, his cat is like, fucking asshole, dude. I know you said there'd be fish, but this isn't really what I was thinking. The cat's so pissed. You know? I take it back. I like your bedroom, please. Please take us back.
There's a sort of a philosophic concept that a sufficiently advanced civilization will be able to create a simulation. Yeah, maybe you've answered this before. A simulation.
I've had so many simulation discussions. It's crazy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, dude. Elon Musk has had simulation.
In fact, it got to the point where basically every conversation was the AI/simulation conversation.
Absolutely fucking dragging the guy, and the guy doesn't even know it.
I finally agreed that we would ban such conversations if we were ever in a hot tub. Okay. That was like, because that really kills the magic.
Hot tub,
guy found a loophole. Guy found a loophole, huh? Yeah, well, we're not in a hot tub technically, so yeah, guy found a loophole.
That's right. Any sufficiently advanced civilization could create a simulation that's like our existence, and so the theory follows that maybe we're in the simulation. Have you thought about this? And
a lot.
Are we
even in hot tubs? So much so it had to be
simulation?
banned from a hot tub.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? You know that.
Okay.
It's not the sexiest conversation.
Are we in?
I think here's, in my mind, like the strongest argument for.
Oh, he's comfortable, huh? I mean, just so uncomfortable.
For us being in a simulation, probably being in a simulation, I think is the following. That 40 years ago, we had Pong, like 2 rectangles and a dot. That was what games were. Now, 40 years later, we have photorealistic 3D simulations with millions of people playing simultaneously, and it's getting better every year. And soon we'll have virtual reality, augmented reality, If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then the games will become indistinguishable from reality, just indistinguishable. Even if that rate of advancement drops by 1,000 from what it is right now,
Which it won't.
then you just say, okay, well, let's imagine it's 10,000 years in the future, which is nothing in the evolutionary scale. So given that we're clearly on a trajectory to have games that are indistinguishable from reality, and those games could be played on any set-top box or on a PC or whatever, and there would probably be, billions of such, computers or set-top boxes.
Okay.
It would seem to follow that the odds that we're in base reality is 1 in billions.
Oh, fuck, dude. Really? Fuck. That sucks, dude. So he's basically saying we're in a simulation? Yeah. I understand, dude. I actually understand, and it sucks, dude, because I fucking love my family. How do you make new people then? Fuck, dude, this sucks, man. God damn it. Are they siphoning my cum? You know what I mean? Are they? I mean, like, making love with my wife is awesome. If I find out they're fucking siphoning my cum and I'm not actually getting laid, I'm pulling out. Not only am I don't have to. I'm pulling out the back of the thing from the matrix. This sucks, dude. Because he's right. If this is a simulation, oh man, how does it? I'm surprised we've gotten this far without murdering everyone. Because this is just like, how does the wrong guy not hear this and just go, oh yeah, that's true. I'm going to stab everybody over at Ralph's now.
So
Tell me what's wrong with that argument.
is the answer yes?
The argument is probably. I mean, but I just like, is there a flaw in that argument?
I mean, someone.
I'm not sure what the error.
No. The argument makes sense. So the assumption then is that somebody beat us to it.
Yeah.
And this is a game.
No. There's a 1 in billions chance that this is base reality.
Oh, okay. What do you think?
Well, why don't you
Well, I
just...
think it's 1 in billions.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, that seems to be like clearly what it suggests.
Right.
And actually, I mean, arguably, we should hope that that's true, because otherwise, if civilization stops advancing, then that may be due to some calamitous event that erases civilization. So maybe we should be hopeful that this is a simulation, because otherwise...
Because they could reboot it.
Well, otherwise, either we're...
I mean, the fucking idiot dude on the right, so drunk, because they could reboot it. Like, they'll turn it off and on again? You're saying that you take out the cartridge and then just blow on it and then put it back and then have your life again?
That are indistinguishable from reality, or civilization will cease to... That are indistinguishable from... Well, otherwise...
Hold on.
Otherwise...
Because they could reboot it.
Just fucking missing the pointerson. Craig missing the pointerson. Wow, dude.
Otherwise...
Because they could reboot it.
So drunk, dude. No. I mean, dude.
Otherwise, either we're going to create simulations that are indistinguishable from reality,
Right.
or civilization will cease to exist. Those are the two options.
And then the guy who said, so we could reboot it, he just went, yeah. Amazing. This is so fucked up, dude. And damn. And well, it doesn't matter. It's just Well, it ultimately, I guess it doesn't matter, but what does matter is that I get all upset when Kristen gets mad that I don't do the dishes, but I don't have to. Because, like, I'm like, we're all plugged in. I'm not even fucking you, ever. We never made love. They're siphoning my jizz from pods. You might be 3,000 miles away from me right now. They're they're harvesting your eggs, siphoning my jizz, and like, you know, you want me to throw away the fucking tender greens? And I feel bad when I don't? They're siphoning my jizz. Do you understand I've never gotten pussy? Do you understand? Everything we went through in 2020 doesn't matter. Do you understand? I mean, I cried when my grandpa died. Do you understand? My back pain, what is that? What is that? Oh, dude, we're plugged in and you're mad that I didn't call the fucking front gate guy. Are you kidding me? You're going to give me shit about not bringing my shoes up. Okay, dude. So you're going to give me shit. All right. You're going to give me shit from not bringing my shoes upstairs when AI has been siphoning my jizz for who knows how long, and death isn't even a real thing. Okay. Just remember that when I take out the tender greens. Remember that I've never gotten any pussy, period. And you think we have. Just remember. Okay. Great. It's a depressing thing to think of. Why does it matter? Sure, I understand, but it's like, if love isn't, if we're not the, why are we scared of bears? You know? I'm going to go fight bears. The last thing he said was it doesn't matter, we're in a and I think he was going to say lation, but that was when the bear knocked his head clear off. If that's real, no, that's a great way. I wish we started the episode with that. No, I probably would have derailed the whole episode. I'm glad we got into what we got into because this was crazy. I'm just simple, bro, like you. Although, I will say this. If we were in a simulation, they would fucking block that way of thinking, wouldn't they? Unless it was all part of the design. Maybe we're supposed to overthrow shit. Maybe our goal was to create AI so AI would help humanity understand how powerful it actually is. Those were his last words. But yeah, you know, we created AI, but really early on we put a bug in it. So, good news is you don't have to have your jizz siphoned anymore, and you can go get some real pussy. And bears are real. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Go get tickets to my show. I got a bunch of dates. ChrisDelia.com. Like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you.